This is NDDC Today.
Good evening and good to know you're there. The development of the Niger Delta region remains key and sacrosanct until the region gets the desired, even and sustainable level of transformation the people crave for. This is the reason why the different stakeholders and various governments in the region are trying to see if new strategies can achieve this. In today's program, NDDC new permanent headquarters receiving final phase touches in readiness for commissioning. NDDC interim administrator meets with Rivers State Governor Chief Nyesom Wike, charts ways for further collaboration. Mr. Effiong Akwa, interim administrator NDDC, visits the commission's warehouse, urges distribution of disposable trucks, ambulances, and other items to states in the region. Plus, Akwa tasks the Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School on security. I am Uri Ngozi Chukwuka. Welcome to NDDC Today. The new 13-floor headquarters building of the NDDC is a testament of how effective leadership can influence a system for the good of humanity. The new headquarters project, located along Eastern Bypass in Port Harcourt, is built to be commissioned soon. The extent of work done so far on the project, no doubt, has given most stakeholders of the NDDC and the Niger Delta region a new hope for the commission.
The Niger Delta Development Commission was established in the year 2000 to accelerate the development of the oil-producing states in the Niger Delta area. For a period of 20 years, the Commission's corporate headquarters has been domiciled at this building on Abba Road, Port Harcourt. But that's not the issue. The issue is it is rented accommodation for which the Commission has continued to pay hundreds of millions of naira annually as rent. What's more, this situation negatively affects the morale of the personnel and finance of the Commission, as the resources which could have been used for the development of the Niger Delta region are diverted to pay rent. But this situation is about to change for the better, as the new NDDC corporate headquarters on Eastern Bypass Port Harcourt, which has been under construction for over 28 years, having started under the defunct Ompedect, which metamorphosed to NDDC, is nearing completion and slated for commissioning soon by President Muhammadu Buhari.
We want to assure Nigerians the much talked about head office for the past head office that has been outstanding for the past 20-something years has now been driven to a logical conclusion. And we just felt it that we want to honor Mr. President, to come and see the exercise that he started, to honor the minister, to come and see the exercise that he started. The project was abandoned many years ago. And because you are in a government that cherishes accountability, government that emphasizes so much on rendering services to the people, giving the taxpayers' money back to the people, bringing the resources of the people nearer to the people. Now we have a befitting headquarters building for the Niger Delta Development Commission that is due for commissioning.
With this development, the NDDC will now be able to prioritize and allow its personnel to be resourceful and accountable to the Commission's activities and the region's mandate, as they will now be working from this building under a more conducive environment. The new 13-story NDDC headquarters is almost ready, as all facilities are being installed where necessary and offices furnished to welcome its new occupants very soon. And that's not all. The ambience is looking pleasant to behold, as final finishing touches such as painting are being done in readiness for commissioning by President Muhammadu Buhari with all the pomp and pageantry and hospitality of the Niger Delta people.
When I first came into this facility, I kind of marveled to say, over the years we've talked about Niger Delta and the kind of projects that we expect. This is actually an edifice that will stand the test of time, an edifice that have added to the aesthetics of the beauty of River State and of course the Niger Delta, courtesy of the NDDC. I want to thank and commend Barrister Effiong Akwa for providing the leadership and that prudence that have led to we hoping for the commissioning of this edifice.
It is also expected that with the relocation of the Commission's headquarters, more economic activities will be attracted to the area, as people from far and wide will come to the Commission to transact their business. The new corporate headquarters is a one-stop working environment, and it has other ancillary buildings which will accommodate a banking hall, a staff clinic, restaurants and many more. It also has ample parking space for vehicles, escalators, a central air conditioning system and a world-class power generating system. To ensure easy access to the new corporate headquarters, the River State government has commenced the dualization of the Eastern Bypass. The gesture, no doubt, is a welcome development, as it will help ease the volume of traffic experienced on the road daily. The Interim Administrator and Chief Executive Officer of NDDC, Mr. Effiong Akwa, expressed his delight with this project to the River State Governor, Chief Yusem Wilke, during a recent visit to the Governor in Port Harcourt.
Hopefully very soon the NDDC will have a date with history, and the much talked about commissioning of the headquarters will become a thing of the past. Barely 1 month in office, the interim administrator, CEO of NDDC, Effiong Akwa, hits the ground running to reposition the NDDC. Over the years, it has been customary for new chief executives of the NDDC to visit the Commission's warehouses whenever they assume office to take stock of items there. Recently, the interim administrator, CEO, NDDC, Effiong Akwa, ordered the distribution of some equipment which he thinks are necessary for the states and people of the region.
The interim administrator has ordered the immediate distribution of 36 waste disposal trucks, 162 waste bins and 2 boat ambulances to the 9 Niger Delta states. Speaking during an inspection tour of the NDDC warehouse at Orowawukwo, Port Harcourt, the interim administrator, who was accompanied by directors of the Commission, directed that the waste disposal trucks be delivered to the relevant ministries of environment in the 9 Niger Delta states. Akwa declared that the waste disposal bins were acquired to assist the various states in dealing with the problems of environmental pollution, clearing waste from the streets so that they can keep a clean and neat environment.
This is completely unacceptable. These resources that we have tied down here belongs to the people of Niger Delta. Belongs to the government and the people of Niger Delta. It should be put to use. How can we have an equipment lying down from new equipment, fantastic equipment that could be used? State Ministry of Environment should make use of vehicles like this. They were meant for State Ministry of Environment, for donation to the people of Niger Delta. On the spot, I am directing that this vehicle be allocated today to the 9 states of the Niger Delta. We have to take delivery. When we leave here, put a phone call through to the commissioners of environment of the respective states. For any reason, this vehicle must not be seen within 24 hours. I'm authorizing that these vehicles be donated out to the states for effective use. It cannot be here. It was not meant to be parked here, because the danger of parking these things here is that before you know it, the numbers will not be complete any longer.
He declared that the resources tied down here belong to the government and people of the Niger Delta region, and they should be made available to them for proper utilization. Effiong Akwa also directed that the 162 waste bins at the warehouse be allocated immediately to the state governments of the NDDC mandate states. According to him, the bins will support the campaigns by the state governments to ensure a healthy environment in the Niger Delta region. In the same vein, he directed that the 2 boat ambulances at the warehouse be immediately allocated to the Rivers and Akwa Ibom state governments to enhance healthcare delivery in the riverine areas of the states.
We cannot buy these to come and put in the warehouse. It should be given out, one to River State government and one to Bayelsa State government, and one to Akwa Ibom State. So take note, whoever is in charge here, we want these to be given out, one to Akwa Ibom State and one to River State. If we have, when others come, Bayelsa will take the next one, and Delta will take the next one.
The NDDC Acting Director, Environmental Protection and Control, Engineer Onmoha Obeka, gave details of the equipment at the warehouse, noting that the authorization of the interim administrator was needed before the distribution could commence. A few days after the inspection of the warehouse, the NDDC Interim Administrator and Chief Executive Officer matched his words with action when he donated 6 disposal trucks to the government of River State in its drive to ensure a clean environment in the state. Receiving the items at Government House, Port Harcourt, Governor Nyesom Wike thanked the Interim Administrator and management of the NDDC for the donation and promised to use the trucks for the purpose they were meant for.
So I want to commend you for this initiative, and I assure you that the government will just use to make that cause. He wanted this to be the garden city of Nigeria.
The governor said it was this type of corporate social responsibility he had long expected from the NDDC as partners in progress with the state and other parts of Niger Delta region. He enjoined other organizations to emulate the NDDC's gesture.
And also ask other companies to emulate what NDDC is going to do.
Governor Wike urged the NDDC to extend the support to other states in the Niger Delta region as they were also stakeholders. Speaking earlier, Mr. Effiong Akwa said that the trucks were meant to support and complement the clean environment drive of the River State government and to also support the various infrastructural projects being undertaken by the government across the state.
We want River State environment to be kept clean. River State used to be called the Garden City, a beautiful place, a place where you can go in and relax and walk with the people and have a rest. It's for this reason, therefore, that we have come here to present to His Excellency, as part of our contribution, these 6 waste disposal trucks.
The interim administrator of the NDDC, Effiong Akwa, doing the needful in his quest to put the commission back on track. Now, the people of Niger Delta come first in matters that concern the development of the region, and the NDDC interim administrator, Effiong Akwa, is quite aware of this fact. To carry the people along with the new thinking of the commission, Mr. Akwa has continued with his consultations with major stakeholders of the region. This time, a courtesy call on the River State Governor, Chief Nyesom Wike, to seek the collaboration of the governor in advancing the works of the commission. The report.
The River State Governor, Chief Nyesom Wike, has assured the Niger Delta Development Commissioner NDDC of support to ensure that it succeeds in the task of developing the Niger Delta region. Wike spoke at the River State Government House, Port Harcourt, during a courtesy visit by the NDDC Interim Administrator, Mr. Effiong Akwa, who was accompanied by directors of the Commission. At the meeting, Governor Wike called for an NDDC that would effectively support states of the Niger Delta region in their development efforts, regretting that this had not been the case in the past.
Let me say very clearly that the essence, the intent of the founding fathers of the NDDC was to see how that commission will be a body that will support the states of the Niger Delta and the development of the region. But unfortunately, that has not been the case. I've always said to people, when you have an opportunity to make contribution to the development of your land, of your fatherland, you must see it that it's a blessing that God gives to you. You must not see it as a way to set back your region. I'm happy with what you read out here, what you said here. Hardly do they come to pay cost on us.
Governor Wike further advised the interim administrator to visit all the governors of the states in the region, urging him to work in the interest of Niger Delta people by embarking on regional projects in partnership with the state government.
So, the way you have started, if you continue this way, the governors of the Niger Delta will support you. So please, in the name of God, do something for the interests of your people.
Earlier in his address, the NDDC interim administrator, Mr. Efio Akwa, said that the commission was determined to partner with the governors of the Niger Delta region.
I have made it a point of duty to reach out to critical stakeholders of the Niger Delta region in order to tap from their wealth of knowledge, as well as brief them of my desire to implement programs and policies that will ensure quick and impactful deliverables for the Niger Delta region, in line with the presidential directive. Your Excellency, sir, it is important to state that this visit is the first I will make to any governor of the Niger Delta states. This is not coincidental but well thought out visit to the governor of Rivers State. First, being the host governor of the NDDC and most importantly, a distinguished son of the Niger Delta region.
Akwa congratulated Governor Wike for the infrastructural development in Rivers State, which he said could only be achieved by someone who was focused, passionate, and had the welfare of the people at heart. He thanked the governor for the ongoing dualization of the Eastern Bypass, where the newly completed NDDC head office is situated. Mr. Akwa further stressed that the NDDC can do more in terms of deliverables for the people of Rivers State and the Niger Delta region in general by having a robust partnership with the state government. The interim administrator said that the commission had enjoyed a good working relationship with the government and the people of Rivers State under the leadership of Governor Wike, and promised to sustain the synergy.
Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike, there with his valuable contribution on the way forward to reposition the NDDC. Now moving on, Mr. Akwa has tasked the Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School to share information and intelligence with other security agencies in the country in order to minimize insecurity and enhance the economic development of the Niger Delta region.
The interim administrator has stressed the need for peace and security to create the necessary environment for the rapid development of the Niger Delta region. Akwa stated this when a delegation from the Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School paid him a courtesy visit at the NDDC new headquarters in Port Harcourt. He said that the NDDC needed the support of security agencies to succeed, noting that the presence of international oil companies in the Niger Delta region had made the area susceptible to kidnapping and other forms of criminality. The NDDC Chief Executive Officer said that much as the mandate of the Hydrographic School was basically training, it should also help with surveillance to provide information and data that would help the other security agencies to ensure a safe marine environment in the region.
The people of Niger Delta suffer a lot of security issues. Our women are being sometimes taken captive men are being taken captive because of the presence of international oil companies that come to do business here. And so militants and thieves, armed robbers, take advantage of that, to molest our people. The people of Niger Delta, the marine environment sometimes will not be safe. And so it should be part of your responsibility that while you are doing training, you are equally doing surveillance to provide information and data that will help the other security agencies to ensure that we have a safe marine environment.
Akwa said that as an interventionist agency, NDDC had a responsibility to ensure that those who safeguard the lives and property of the people were given the necessary support to enhance their capacity to maintain security in the Niger Delta region. He deployed a situation where, after 3 decades, the Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School was still unable to get international accreditation because of the absence of some critical infrastructure.
It is unfortunate that you can have a training school like Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School that has a training boat, yet you do not have a jetty. I don't know whether the boat will be floating on top of water. I don't know what process you will use in getting the students, the trainees, the naval personnel, the trainees, the prospective trainees and subsequent ones to get access into the boat. We will be ready to assist you in order to carry out the very objective for which you were established.
Earlier, the Commandant, Nigerian Navy Hydrographic School, Navy Captain Mahmoud Fana, appealed to the NDDC for support in providing critical infrastructure that would qualify the training school for international accreditation.
This school established in 1981 and the only one of its kind in the whole of West Africa, and yet because of absence of certain critical infrastructure, we could not conduct training for other West African officers of their navies.
Navy Captain Fana observed that the hydrographic school was selected for accreditation in 2018 by the International Hydrographic Organization, but following an inspection of their facilities, the accreditation was withheld, pending the availability of some facilities, such as surveying boats and a jetty.
They sent a team from Paris and from UK. They came, inspected the school with a view to accrediting it. They found out that the school has capacity, but there are some infrastructure that were not there. They said that no, the school of this kind ought to have a jetty.
He said that a 2018 contract for the construction of a jetty for the school by NDDC was cancelled on account of design deficiencies. However, he said the school had now produced an appropriate design and would therefore want the NDDC to re-award the contract for the construction of the jetty.
So sir, this is the design that was made for the jetty. So sir, this is one of the missions that I came this morning to intimate you on this development and solicit your kind assistance towards the visiting construction of this jetty.
We are going to carry out your design, which you have handed over to us. We will send this design and to our planning department, to the department that is in charge. The planning department will incorporate it in the budget of 2021, which will be sent to the National Assembly.
That's the size of our package for this week, and thanks for being there for us. Till we come your way again next time, next week, please do keep safe. Good night.